Randeep Singh Surjewala, AICC in charge of Karnataka. He's really also a strategist for the Congress party across the country, as well as played an integral role in shaping the narrative for Congress in Karnataka ahead of this Karnataka elections. Happy to have him here at India Today Roundtable. In just a few moments, we're going to begin that session. If I may request all the guests to come back into the hall, please remain seated. We're just going to start this session. Our Senior Executive Editor, Shivakumar, going to be moderating this session. It is exciting times, election weeks ahead. And at a time like this, it's all about the narrative that's played out and how far will this be fruitful for political parties when it comes to all of this translating into votes. Randeep Surjewala joining us here today. Thank you very much, sir. If I could request Mr. Surjewala to take stage along with our Senior Executive Editor, Shivakumar, moderating this session.
So you're going to start with difficult ones or easy ones?
No difficult questions from me, sir. We don't ask difficult questions.
Please ask. Don't ask BJP, but ask.
Sir, this is India Today. We only ask difficult questions. So, requesting everyone to quickly come in and take their seats. This is a session you don't want to miss. One of the most eloquent leaders of the Congress party is with us here today in an election season that is truly exciting. It has electrified the entire party. It's electrified democracy in a way, and all eyes are now on Karnataka. And the man to my left had the great privilege, needs no introduction of course, Randeep Singh Surjewala is General Secretary and in charge of Karnataka. He's a man who has spent a long time in the limelight, but for the last few years has been bunkered down here in the state of Karnataka. How has it been, Randeep ji, to start off with? Welcome to you here at the India Today Karnataka Roundtable. Really good to see you. One doesn't see you as often as one used to, which is obviously by design because you've been busy with big things here in Karnataka. We are, of course, used to seeing you in Delhi. One doesn't see you very often. How has that move been like? From Delhi to Bengaluru now, what has that move been like for you?
Well, thank you. I don't think so. I'm bunkered down. I'm half Haryanvi, half Kannadiga. That's what I tell all my friends from Karnataka now. And of course, you may not see me on India Today, but you would find me on TV9, Public TV, Swarna, TV5, TV1. That's our forte. For we are trying to truly rebuild and reshape brand Karnataka that has been tarnished, denigrated, demolished, subjugated by a 40% corrupt Bommai government.
Just before you came here, sir, we hear that the Congress has made another big announcement. This pertains to something that has been a simmering issue for a long time. BBMP sweepers, another big promise we hear, 25,000 full-time jobs, confirmed jobs. Tell us a little bit about that, because this is something that has taken a long time coming and you've bitten the bullet on that with that promise.
Shiv, the city of Bengaluru, the pride of the country, runs on the shoulders of these Purakarmikas, or whom we call Safai Karamchari and refuse collectors. Congress increased their pay in the last tenure from 6,000 to 21,000. We also ensured direct payment to them. None of us would be here but for them. So a while ago, about an hour ago, we've announced all 25,000 of them will be regularized in the first meeting of the next cabinet that the Congress will form. And not only that, this is a hazardous job. They get skin diseases. How many people die in gas chambers? We all know.
Yeah.
10 lakh rupees of insurance, housing, as also to ensure that they get a special hazardous pay in addition to regularization. That's a new agenda we are trying to set, so that the poorest of the poor who run this city feel a part of, they feel honored, they feel respected, And I believe that they have as much stake in Bengaluru as any one of us have.
Randeepji, the Congress has been extremely aggressive in keeping the narrative in this election hyper-localized. It's been very much only about Karnataka, Kannada pride, the choice of topics, not just up for debate, but the announcements like the one you've just made, have all been very specifically only about Karnataka. That's a concerted move, isn't it?
I won't say it's a concerted move. Shiv, the truth is that Kannada pride is under attack. Tell me, have you ever heard in 75 years that a defectors Shiv Sena BJP government of Maharashtra implements in 868 villages of Karnataka its scheme? What does it say? It questions the geographical identity of Karnataka. That's an attack on Karnataka. Nandini, which sustains 28 lakh farmers of Karnataka, is under attack because the Home Minister and Corporation Minister of the country wants Amul and Nandini to merge. I'm proud of Amul, but why should Nandini be sacrificed for Amul? If you look at Karnataka, the tableau of Shri Narayan Guru is not permitted when Kerala government wants to do it. Why? Why should the children of Karnataka not be able to answer the CRPF exam in Kannada? Why should Kannada language, their culture, be subjugated to the whims and fancy of a party sitting in power in Delhi, with Bengaluru government remaining a mute spectator for Mr. Bommai or his colleagues can't say a word against Mr. Modi as the pride of Karnataka is trampled upon? The investment of Bengaluru, which used to be the first destination, is all going to Pune, going to Hyderabad, going to other cities. No problem. Let them also grow. But this has become the third or fourth congested city of the world. Why? And PM comes and perhaps for the first time inaugurates a metro from nowhere to nowhere. So it connects nothing to nothing. This is the discriminatory treatment being meted out to Karnataka by the government in Delhi.
Since you mentioned the Prime Minister, very soon that familiar phase of this election will start when you've got the big guns coming in. Rahul Gandhi will also be coming, lots of rallies. The Prime Minister will also be coming. At a time, Randeepji, when your party has been keeping an aggressive focus on local issues, not national big picture issues, but Karnataka focused issues. Is there a concern that this could become a Rahul versus Modi kind of situation?
This is a corruption versus transparency battle. This is an accountability versus incompetence battle. This is a vision versus loot battle. This is not an individual's battle. Mr. Modi is welcome to come, no problems. He's our Prime Minister. Rahul ji will come, he's our leader. First question that Prime Minister needs to answer to people of Karnataka: why is it that every single soul in India calls his government the 40% commission government? He will have to answer, why is a police sub-inspector post sold for 80 lakh rupees and a director general of police goes to jail, but the then home minister becomes the current chief minister and is not even questioned? He will have to answer, PM has to answer, why assistant professor's job is on sale, why assistant engineer, junior engineer job is on sale, why 50,000 contractors of Karnataka write to PM saying you demand 40% commission in every job. PM doesn't answer. Why 40,000 private schools of Karnataka say the same thing to PM? These are fundamental questions that he needs to answer.
Since we're talking about Rahul Gandhi as well, and obviously we always stay with the news, many of you have been here at the Roundtable all day, so I'm wondering if you may have missed some of the most viral images on the news today, and we'll just put them up on our screens. It was Rahul Gandhi's last day in his Member of Parliament house on Tughlaq Lane in Delhi. We'll have those pictures up in just a moment. I just wanted to ask you about that. Very emotional scenes, Randeep ji, as Rahul left. This is something that Rahul has mentioned Priyanka Gandhi has mentioned about the metaphor of him being chased out. And that's also being used, to project that Rahul Gandhi is being victimized. And that appears to be what is being portrayed in these pictures.
I only want to say one thing, very humbly, with great humility. One house cannot drive away neither the Congress party nor Shri Rahul Gandhi. We live in the soul of India. That's our ideology. Rahul Gandhi has been chased out for what? You have to first look at that. If Rahul Gandhi questions why 5,35,000 crores of bank frauds happen and money of people of India is being siphoned off, if he has to be chased out of a house, he must be chased out. We are ready. If Rahul Gandhi asks why Nirav Modi, Nishal Modi, Ami Modi and all the ilk, they siphon off thousands of crores. Prime Minister calls them Hamare Mehul Bhai. And if Mr. Gandhi asks, why are all the thieves who are stealing money of people of India from the banks are running away and the Modi government remains a mute spectator? If he has to be punished for it, let us be punished. If we have to ask why money of LIC as also SBI is being put in companies of Mr. Adani and money is sinking, that is people's money, if he has to be disqualified for that, please disqualify him 100 times more. But we will continue to ask why a gas cylinder cost 1100 rupees, why is cooking oil 200 rupees, why is pulses 150 rupees, why are there no jobs in India, why are only a handful of people control 60% of India's resources while 120 crore people are dependent upon 5 kgs or 7 kgs of food grains. Where is our government? If you have to be punished for it, welcome. Please punish Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Hang him by a pole if you want to.
One of the things you can never fault Rahul Gandhi on is his doggedness on certain issues, Randeep ji. Like you just mentioned, the Adani issue as well. It is something that echoes in virtually every speech or interaction that Rahul has made. As he comes into Karnataka now for a series of public engagements, how do you think that will wash? Because there is, most people expect that Rahul Gandhi will bring up the Adani issue as well here in Karnataka. Is that going to be a problem at a time when you want things to be focused on the local issues here?
Mr. Gandhi came here. He's now, I think, come here about a half a dozen times, addressed rallies from Bellary to Belgavi, everywhere. The first 4 things he says: we are here to change Karnataka. Our vision is rebuild brand Karnataka. And the 4 promises that he has said, which he keeps repeating, are: number 1, the Congress guarantees are the way for justice by a state or a state government that is oriented to welfare of its people. That's where he begins. He says rupees 2,000, what we call Greh Lakshmi, for every woman in Karnataka, in every family, whoever is the head of the family, is our actual answer to fighting inflation, which is BJP made inflation. 200 units of free electricity is not a soap, but is our way of saying we will stand with people of Karnataka because Greh Jyoti is essential and intrinsic. When we say we will give 10 kgs of rice free in Annabhagya to every Kannadiga family, which is a BPL family, it is our way of saying that we are going to stand by you come what may. When we say in Yuva Nidhi, every unemployed graduate of Karnataka for a period of 2 years will get 3,000 rupees of stipend, it is our way of saying till we rebuild brand Karnataka and create more jobs, the state will stand with you. That is his agenda. Yes, corruption, accountability, sale of jobs is an agenda. But Congress here is presenting an agenda, which you just said, for poor karmika, safai karamcharis, for the benefit of larger audience. We have presented an agenda of irrigation, how to bring 10 lakh hectares of unirrigated land into irrigated. We have presented an agenda for SC, ST, OBCs. We have presented an agenda for development and infrastructure. We have presented an agenda of how to rebuild Bangalore as also Mysore, Mangalore into IT, intellectual, biotechnology hubs. So we have a cumulative agenda of how to rebuild Karnataka.
Not to labor the point, Randeep ji, but Rahul Gandhi has made it individual about the Prime Minister when he's talking about the Adani issue, etc. Is that a concern? I'm talking about in terms of the messaging here in Karnataka, that it becomes about the individuals, because Rahul Gandhi has made it about the individual.
I'm sorry, I disagree. Mr. Gandhi has no problem with the Prime Minister. It is the office of Prime Minister that is being brought into disrepute that he has a problem with. Prime Minister is not an individual. Prime Minister is head of this country. He is the first among equals. You expect Prime Minister to be fair, to be neutral, to be just, to be a nationalist, to do everything that is right for the country. But if Prime Minister starts working as for an individual, almost as his friend or next of kin, which current Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji is doing for Gautam Adani and company, then questions need to be asked. That is the duty of every nationalist. And I think that's what he is doing. No problem with individual, whether Mr. Adani or with Mr. Modi, but if the state's resources, if resources that are meant for you and me, resources meant for your viewers, resources meant for equitable distribution among this country, are being bartered away at the whims and fancies of the Prime Minister for his next of kin or friend, Mr. Adani, then accountability must be sought, questions must be asked, and punishment, if necessary, be taken, which he is taking.
From announcements and Adani, let's come now to the third A, acquisitions by your party. The big ticket acquisitions that your party has made from the BJP recently in the headlines. People like Mr. Savadi, Mr. Shettar, they've all joined your, Mr. Shettar has joined your party. The BJP doesn't think that they are winnable candidates, sir. Does the Congress think that they are winnable candidates and that's why you've taken them?
First, I like your smile. I think that tells it all. Let's understand one thing. Mr. Jagdish Shettar was our opponent. Savdi Saab was our opponent.
Yeah.
Nagesh ji, who was a BJP supported MLA, was our opponent. Mr. Potanna was our opponent. And about 24 legislators, ex-MPs, sitting MLCs, they were our opponents. We respected a whole lot of them for their character. I can respect my opponent. They have come to the Congress party for they have realized that the most corrupt government in India is being run by Mr. Basavaraj Bommai. The nauseating stench of corruption, brazen loot, state-sanctioned loot of exchequer.
But that's not why Mr. Shettar has come, sir. But that's not why Mr. Shettar has crossed. It had nothing to do with corruption. It's because he was denied a ticket.
I don't think so. You've then heard Mr. Shettar. Mr. Shettar said, I find ideologically aligned to the agenda of the Congress party. He said he has had RSS roots and he still has friends in the RSS. No problems. I can be friends with you, although you are a journalist and are supposed to ask me pointed questions. But that doesn't make you less of my friend. And you will, I know, ask me the right questions when needed to do your job. Why is BJP so jittery? Please understand. BJP is sidelining, sidestepping and insulting the Lingayat community. Had you ever thought in your dreams till the last election that Mr. Yadurappa will be assigned to the dustbin of history serving under Shobha Karandje as a member? Nobody, no right-minded Kannada would tell you that. Could anybody ever imagine that Bharatiya Janata Party would reject Mr. Shettar but accept an import in Basavaraj Bommai ji and put him up while completely rejecting their own inside talent? Could you ever imagine that Bharatiya Janata Party would be a government that would change reservation 3 times in 90 days for their panicking? Let me tell you, my friend, in the end, there is a fratricidal war happening inside the BJP. You have BL Santoshji, who's out to, I respect him a lot, he is my elder, but somehow he's out to finish everybody else. Yadurappa ji already has been assigned to the dustbin of history, although I respect him despite his
The Home Minister today said on this stage that Mr. Yadurappa works even harder than him for Karnataka.
Yes, the Home Minister also abuses him in private, but I'm not going to say that. Because I respect Yadurappa ji despite our ideological differences. And we all know what Home Minister has to say. He has been recorded many times. Please speak to some of your Kannada colleagues and they will tell you.
I'll come to the Lingayat issue in detail if we have some time in a bit. Randeep ji, people like Jagdish Shettar and others who've come into your party, these are, people and their ilk who had, built the BJP here in Karnataka. How are you so confident that in the event of a hung house or a fractured mandate, they wouldn't want to just go back?
Shiv, let me take a cue from your question. When you throw out people from the house that they built, does that not tell you enough about your character? Does anybody throw out their father and mother of the house and then say, I'm going to rebuild the house? Do you throw your grandfather and grandmother from the house who built the legacy in your house and then say, oh, I'm now going to build a new Karnataka? That shows that BJP has not only lost its sheen, it has lost its character, it has lost its moorings, it has lost the requisite experience it had, and it has lost the entire edifice and structure. What you see is a damru. It is not Shivji's damru. It is a damru with which you befool people, and that has also got burst.
But Randeep ji, I mean, let's be real also. How are you selling this to your cadres? Are your cadres enthused by the idea of some of these people, being denied a ticket and crossing over? Because after all, these are opportunistic moves at one level. Isn't there doesn't this affect the morale of cadres to see these guys who've been denied tickets and then just deciding to jump over and hop over to the other side?
Shiv, you know why
They're from the Sangh Parivar. You're talking about ideology, but these are people from the Sangh Parivar. The ideology that your party completely militates against, sir.
Shiv, I absolutely love your words. I wish you had asked that from Mr. Yadurappa and Basavaraj Bommai.
We have. Trust me, we have.
No, you're not even letting me complete. I will keep quiet. I said, I wish you had asked that of Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Modi when they hijacked 18 MLAs of Congress and Janata Dal and formed this government. I wish you had asked that of Modi ji when with less than 10 MLAs, they constituted a government in Goa, similarly in Madhya Pradesh, similarly almost in entire Northeast, as also in many, many other states. I think this whole culture of defection and Ayaram Gayaram is the character of the BJP. We have not demolished their government. Let me tell you, and I'm saying so not with arrogance, but with great humility and a sense of confidence. If we wanted, about 40 BJP MLAs were ready to come and join the Congress party. We would have brought this government down. I didn't do so, for I stand on my ideology. We refused Mr. Siddaramaiah, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. We refused to do so. Half a dozen ministers had applied for Congress tickets. 2 ministers went to Delhi and cried when Amit Shah ji and Modi ji insulted them for they didn't meet, and JP Nadda ji had to give them a soap. We decided that our young people who are on the seats, whether they win or lose, we will stand with them. Yes, we have taken some people. We have taken them for their experience that they bring. We have taken them because our cadre on the seat said, if Mr. Jagdish Shettar comes and joins, he will add value to the party. Mr. Savdi will add value to the entire Belgavi region. Mr. Puttanna will add value to our seat. Mr. Nagesh will add value to our seat. And look what has happened. The entire structure of the BJP has crumbled. I could have also, like Mr. Amit Shah, brought this government down like a pack of cards, for they are all ready to defect. Why have almost 20 MLAs defected? This is the reason I refuse to take them, for I will stand on my ideology, which is to rebuild Karnataka.
Fair enough, but I'd just like to say that India Today has always asked the questions as far as Ayaram, Gayaram politics is concerned on all of those occasions that you've spoken about. But let's go on to the double engine now. You know, a viral quote of yours recently was this: "There is no double engine; it's a double droha machinery against Kannadigas." And I've just asked you about the Prime Minister and Rahul Gandhi, and you've spoken about the Chief Minister here as well. The double engine in the Congress in Karnataka. We had both the leaders here this morning, one after the other. Fascinating. Has the Congress been able to deal with that entire competitive issue between Mr. D.K. Shivakumar and Mr. Siddaramaiah? They have, feuded in public in one sense in the past, but has that issue been sorted out right now in your view?
Well, to your CEO and to the entire India Today team, let me thank you for the lovely pictures first. I think that
today's most viral picture.
Yes, that tells the story as to how determined we are to transform Karnataka. There never was, there is not, and there never will be a difference of opinion between Mr. Siddaramaiah and between Mr. D.K. Shivakumar. Mark my words, write them down, they are written on stone. For what is the reason? Look what's happening in BJP. Mr. Nirani and Mr. Basavaraj Bommai fight on the stage to be Chief Minister. Have you ever seen a spat between a senior minister and sitting CM as to who will be? Mr. B.L. Santosh, as also our Honorable Parliamentary Affairs Minister who just left, open spats happen. Mr. C.T. Ravi and Shobhaji want to retire all these so-called quote-unquote oldies. Mr. Yadurappa is hoping against hope that his son may get a cabinet berth. That's the kind of fratricidal war on the other side. And you have a lineup of the Congress party where everybody was saying, oh, ये अभी गिर जाएंगे, ये अभी लड़ेंगे, अभी इनका झगड़ा होगा, अभी एक दूसरे का सर फोड़ेंगे. But you've seen, they have said, for Karnataka, we stand united. And the Congress leadership and our MLAs will decide. They stood in Delhi, arm in arm, and they said, Mr. Siddaramaiah said, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar is also a CM aspirant. And Mr. D.K. Shivakumar said, Siddaramaiah ji is my senior, he is also a CM aspirant. Aspiration is good. When aspiration becomes inimical to the progress of the state, that is bad, and that's what BJP is doing.
They disagreed actually on this stage on a very major thing. Mr. Siddaramaiah said he's sure of the party getting at least 130 seats, and Mr. Shivakumar said at least 140 seats. So which one is it?
I would say 150. I'll disagree with both of them.
Okay, so we've spoken about the double engine, we've spoken about the acquisitions. The crossfire between the Congress and the BJP, from the local issues to attempts to bring in some of the national issues. Most recently from faraway Uttar Pradesh, the Atiq Ahmed issue had an echo here in Karnataka. Yogi Adityanath is going to come here and campaign very soon. I'm sure he will be bringing this up as well. One of your star campaigners, sir, Imran Pratapgarhi, the Member of Parliament, videos of him praising Atiq Ahmed, pictures of him whining and dining with Atiq Ahmed, all over social media. Was that embarrassing? Is that embarrassing? Do you think it'll have an echo?
I wish you asked me about the Paresh Masta murder case, for that's more relevant to Karnataka. And BJP has caught, if I may, because I'm from Haryana, my English may be a little weak, with his pants down on it, with the CBI charge sheet. I wish you looked at the news over the last 2 days, where BJP's own leader was murdered. Tejasvi Surya, the guy who, I hope there are no plain windows here for he may just pull them out. He went to town saying that they were murdered by member of minority community or some Congress fellow, and the police has caught a BJP leader. See, the days of, I want to say to each one of your viewers, Shiv, the days of Shamshan Kabristan and of Hindu Musalman are over. People are not interested. They want to know what will Congress do for Karnataka. How will you transform Bangalore from the 4th or 5th congested city to a city that is in the front line in the country? How would you take Bangalore to Mysore as also to Mangalore? That's what people want. People want to know 2 lakh government jobs are vacant. Private investment is going out. We saw an embarrassed Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai when he announced 1 lakh job creation through Apple, and the Foxconn refused and said, we are going to the neighboring state. We see flight of investment out of Karnataka every day. The capital of intellect and innovation, the capital of biotechnology, the capital of good administration has been bogged down by not only corruption, but also by the sheer and rank incompetence. For the defectors that you took, you gave them a license to brazenly loot the state and no accountability to people. So people are seeking accountability, people are seeking governance, people are seeking vision, people are seeking transformation, people are looking at rebuilding brand Karnataka. What does Modi ji and Yogi ji and Basavaraj Bommai ji and C.T. Ravi say? They will abuse us, they will do Shamshan Kabristan, they will do Hindu Musalman, they will do some kind of antiques on reservation which will then get stayed by the Supreme Court. These are jaded and faded ideas. They are not working any longer.
We're completely out of time, so only one last question. I did have a few more, but we'll have to leave it for another time. I'm sure we'll interact again, Randeep ji. How important is Karnataka in Randeep Singh Surjewala's career?
I'm only a worker of the Congress party. I do what the party says, and I only hope. I come from the land of Bhagavad Gita, but we both know. And I believe in karma. And I believe if you do your karma well, the results will be delivered. I won't say, Karmanne vadika raste ma phaleshu kadachane. I say, Karmanne vadika raste, and I pause here, and I let 6.5 crore, my brothers and sisters of Karnataka, decide.
Wishing you all the very best. Randeep Singh Surjewala. Big hand for him. Thank you, sir.